Ihadoka is a being.
Blah, blah, blah. Something about heroes from another world. I don't care. This is Evil Zone, also known in some countries as Ep3 or something like that. This is a fighting game for the PlayStation 1 made in 1999 by Ukes and brought to America by Titus. While a lot of the people I asked about this game had never even heard of it, it is pretty interesting. While this game, Evil Zone, isn't necessarily what one could consider a Street Fighter or even a King of Fighters killer, it's still pretty cool and I definitely recommend checking it out, even if it's just out of curiosity. The opening is pretty much standard fare. It introduces you to the characters one by one, as well as the great evil that they have to fight. Since anime was still relatively new at this time, I'm sure the fans simply ate up the awesome and flashy actions as well as the bouncy and overall cheerfulness of the female warriors. The main villainess sort of reminds me art-wise of Dot Hack. Just a random thing that I happened to notice one day while playing it. Well, without further ado, let's jump right into the game known as Evil Zone. The title menu has your usual things: a story mode, a one-player battle mode free of distractions, two-player versus, survival, practice, and an option menu to change things such as difficulty. I do want to point out that besides the directional pad and start button to pause, all the actions are done by the square and triangle. The square blocks and the triangle attacks. You move the D-pad in different directions in order to do different moves. Moves can also change depending on how close you are to the opponent, as well as how many times you press the triangle button. As previously shown, holding down the triangle button charges your super meter up to 3 levels. Also, if you block at the right time, you will deflect attacks back at your opponent. That's Evil Zone's fighting system in a nutshell. Here I'm demonstrating the ability to reflect projectiles as well as do some myself. Did I just do a destructor disc? That was awesome! Did you see that? In this stage, you can see Ukes' logo in the background as you fight atop a building in the city. Wait a second, that logo. Gamers? I've been to Gamers before! There was a pretty cool game store in Akihabara by that title. Wow, so is this in Akihabara? Each character's story puts them in their own anime. In this one, I'm playing as a self-proclaimed main character, Dan Zyver, who is a parody of most tokusatsu heroes, and his name is most likely a play on the hero Guy.
Rescue his partner Yuri, who is stuck in the Evil Zone. Denziba decides to battle with Ihadoka, who exists simultaneously in multiple dimensions. But someone wants to stop him. Who could it be? A new program starting next week will feature Denziba, the ultimate hero. Episode 1. The power of the supreme ruler to destroy an evil. Zeruchaku Denziba. Entry of magician Alti Al-Lazal and Danzai Burst.
Pretty dramatic, huh? They do openings and closings before matches. This isn't my favorite character, but he is still pretty cool.
Why are you here? You called me out for your own convenience, but didn't you come to stop me?
I'm not going to give you any excuses. After all, I don't think it's right to make people of different worlds fight against Ihadoka. Therefore...
Do you dare to stop us?
Insert
Then
bad
stop
voice
us.
acting here.
The power of a supreme ruler destroys evil. The ultimate hero, Danziba!
Yeah, he's pretty much your traditional tokusatsu hero. When I first saw him, I thought he was a VR trooper. And possibly a big bad Beetleborg. Yeah, I know I'll get hate comments for not using their Japanese names. But you know what? I don't care. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil this entire story for you. You can YouTube the story or something.
Don't blame yourself. In this world, justice will prevail.
Let me show you the character whose story I really enjoyed.
Wow,
No, I
you look
don't
pretty
mean
capable.
Midori, who reminds me of a Rule 63 Chrono from Chrono Trigger. I mean Gally Vanish Gregman, who stars in The Bounty Hunter.
But this Gillidacker can't be stopped.
Excellent. I am excited.
In this scene, I'm fighting Kakarine, who's a good friend of Leia, the person the main character Ihadarka, or whatever her name is, used to be. She looks like a kid, but is actually 10,000 years old. Kinda like that character in Vampire Bone, I guess, but more tastefully dressed, so less porn? She was kind of hard to fight. And now, the final boss fight. Okay, so this Ihadarka, I'm really bad with her name. I'd say she looks like she's from Final Fantasy or something, but she is seriously lacking in belts and zippers, so I really can't. She does look awesome though, and honestly, I was able to beat her after only a couple attempts. So she's definitely not one of your SNK-like bosses. At least not a normal difficulty. Ow! Ow, this hurts. Ow. Yeah.
Run away. Watch out. Got me.
There you are.
So much pain.